23rd, 2025. And I'd like to invite you to recite the Pledge of Allegiance with us, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'm going to ask our town clerk, Lynn Hawkins, to take the roll call, please.
Ray Morrissey.
Here.
Diane Allen. Carl Ellis.
Here.
And we have a presentation of the newly appointed town council member, Amy S. Schiffer. Oh, you said that. Schiffer. I'm sorry. All right, and the administration of oath of office. I'm gonna make a motion for that. No. You don't have to make a motion for that.
Ray.
Okay.
I will administer the oath.
Okay. Go right ahead, then.
Raise your hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Jamie Schiffer,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to be true and faithful
to be true and faithful
unto the state
to the state
and to support the Constitution
and to support the Constitution
of the state and of the United States.
of the state and the United States.
That I will faithfully and impartially
That I will faithfully and impartially
discharge all the duties
discharge all the duties
as town council member
as town council member
to the best of my abilities,
to the best of my ability,
according to state law
according to state law
and local ordinance,
and local ordinance,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Jamie, you have to remember that, all of what you just said, word for
I thought I was
word.
getting married again.
No. Okay, our next is a reorganization of town council and selecting president and vice president. So I would like to make a motion that we appoint Diane Allen as president of the Exeter Town Council.
Second.
Second, okay, any discussion? No discussion, all those in
I
favor say aye.
would have nominated you, but
See, I'm gonna thank you.
Okay.
See, you
You're
get
fast.
that on record?
faster than a speeding bullet.
Okay, we have a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No? Okay, we're gonna switch.
I'll make a motion to appoint Rhode as vice chair.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Abstain, I can vote for myself, aye. Okay, ayes have it, we're gonna do the switch. We're gonna shift. Switch coats.
No, just leave it.
What's your name tag?
Switch name, switch name tag. Don't take my candy.
Okay, that's the candy switch. Acknowledgements and announcements. The town of Exeter will bring in the holidays with its 14th annual Christmas light on Thursday, December 4th at 6:30 on the town clerk's office front lawn, 675 Penrod Road, Exeter. And there's a nice tree out there, and great refreshments, and music, and kids sing. It's really
Santa.
fun. And Santa comes.
On the fire truck.
The Exeter Public Library's annual youth fair, craft fair, will be Saturday, December 6th, 2025, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. 25 local youths will be displaying and selling handcraft products in partnership with the Exeter Social Services. The library will be conducting a special holiday drive to benefit youth in need. Items for teens are especially desired. More information regarding the fair and holiday drive can be found on the library website. And utmost and sincere thanks extended to Blake and Sarah D'Angelo owners of Woody Acre Farm, Exeter, Rhode Island, for donating pumpkins and the corn stalks and all the decorations that are around the building here. They made a lot of pumpkins, and it's really beautiful. They did a great job. Okay, number 6 is approval of agenda order. Look and see what is it. Okay.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of consent agenda. Consent agenda items are approved in one motion unless removed by a town council member. We'll start with A, Reynolds Charitable Trust. B, Communications.
I don't know.
8 and 9,
8
please.
and 9. And I'll pull 1, 10, and 12.
Jamie had any?
Okay, bills, appropriations, and abatements, anyone need to pull? No?
Move.
Approval of minutes, regular meeting October 6th, regular meeting executive session October 6th, and a special meeting October 14th. Anyone?
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Victuals, I never can say that word.
Italy.
Fiddling.
Is that, yeah, it's fiddling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spelled
Fiddling.
license renewals. We have 7, have they all applied?
The
And
fiddling licenses, Exeter Variety is not renewing, they have new owners and they do not see the need to have a fiddling, so they didn't submit anything. And Dunkin' Donuts at New Schneck Hill Road, number 6, has a fire inspection scheduled with the fire marshal on Wednesday, so that one would have to be removed. All the rest have met all requirements.
okay. So I'll make a motion for the fiddling license renewals, pulling number 1, Exeter Variety, and number 6, Dunkin' Donuts.
Is that a motion?
Motion.
Second.
To be clear, that's a motion to approve all the ones
Motion.
other than those two.
those two, pulling those. And all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I'll make a motion to approve the Dunkin' Donuts, number 6, fiddling license after the fire inspection is approved.
Approved. Okay, I'll second that.
Okay? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. The junkyard license renewals, I think also.
Those are all set, so move.
Okay, great. I'll make a motion to approve all of the 3 junkyard license renewals.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Dealer and junk license renewals.
That's just-
Exeter Scrap.
They've met all requirements.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the dealer and junk license renewal of Exeter Scrap Metal. All those in favor?
Aye.
Number H, second-hand dealer's license renewals.
They've all met all requirements.
I'll make a motion to approve the second-hand dealer's license renewal for second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And recycling license renewal. That's a scrap.
Met all requirements.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the recycling license renewal of Exeter Scrap.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Trailer park license renewals, there's 3.
They've met all requirements.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the trailer park licenses of the 3 mobile foot and back.
Second.
Just discussion quickly, Diane, does that include the list for the collector regarding the what do you call
The
it,
assessor,
trailers
the
in
assessors,
place?
the list, yep.
Has that been submitted?
They've all provided
Okay,
the
good,
list.
thank you.
Any more questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
And now we go to the rubbish removal license renewal. There are 7 of those.
They've, all of them have met all the requirements except for number 4, Republic Services has not submitted their application. So you can approve 1 through 3, 5 through 7, and then number 4 subject to. You do all that.
Okay, I will make a motion to approve the rubbish removal licenses 1 through 3 and 5 through 7. Second?
Second.
Second. And all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And I'll make a motion to approve the Republic Services, number 4, when they submit
Their application meet all the
Application.
requirements.
and meet all the requirements.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, firearms dealer's license.
Shanbury Farm has met all requirements, the range, needs to provide a BCI.
I'll make a motion to approve the firearms dealer license renewal for Shanbury Farm.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And I'll make a motion to approve the firearms dealer license for the range when we get the BCI license.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And we have a two, no, 4.
They have,
Project Detective
1, 2, and
license.
3 have met all requirements, number 4 is not going to continue his license. So
No, first what?
number 4 is not renewing his
Oh,
license.
did you not?
Not seeking renewal,
No.
is that what you said?
Okay,
It is
I
not.
will make a motion to approve the private detective license renewals for 1, 2, and 3.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 And then the dance license renewals.
They've met all requirements, all 4.
All 4 have met through. And so I will make a motion to approve the dance license renewals for all 4.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Now I'll make a motion to close,
Approve the consent.
approve the consent. Oh, no, I'll make a motion, yeah, okay, I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
As amended. I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Vacancies and appointments. The personnel board,
Nothing.
resignations. The town council member Olivia DeFrancesca has resigned. So I'll make a motion to accept Olivia's resignation with regret.
I'll second that.
Did anyone want to speak to that?
I think,
Did you want to speak to that?
I just only want to say that she and I have spoken, and I'm sorry that she felt that she wanted to spend more time with her family and not this. There were 2 choices, this or something else. She chose the something else. 5 years of her time she gave here to the town.
I want to thank her for her service for those 5 years.
she really meant well.
Yeah, you know, I only haven't been on a year, and I really get to work with her. Get to work with her, and we really got to know her. So it's a shame that she did that. I was kind of shocked, so that's all. It's tough, you know. I wish her well. I wish her well. I thank her for her service. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to come on and do this. It really does. A commitment and so on and so forth.
Okay, all those in favor of accepting Olivia's resignation?
Aye.
Aye.
And Josh Chase has resigned as the deputy zoning inspector. And Karen has said that actually we probably don't need to fill that. So we might not want to fill that position.
I spoke to Rodney Francesco, and he's
And,
gonna assist her.
Ron said he would assist.
You ladies, sorry, are very soft-spoken tonight. I don't know if you can all
Oh,
hear,
oh,
but
I'll try and talk louder.
I'm just,
I'm
and
sorry.
then Lynn turns because she forgets there's someone over here, and she turns, just kidding, Lynn.
I know.
Teasing.
Anyway, I will make a motion to accept Josh Chase's deputy zoning inspector resignation. Second,
Second.
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
I move that item to be filled be removed from the agenda.
Okay, second.
Remove number 2.
Yes, please. We've read the contents of Karen's message, and she has concluded, along with others, that it can be done without him. The work can be done.
Thank you, Josh, for doing that. Coming forward.
Okay, appointments, the Exeter Rural and Preservation Trust Committee members, 3 are needed to serve 4-year terms, beginning the date of appointment. We don't have anyone do it. Board of Tax and Assessment Review alternate member to serve 3-year terms, beginning date of appointment. The planning clerk, we don't have anyone for that, but we have someone who probably will be putting in an application. Building zoning clerk, we don't have anyone for that yet. Social Services Director, we need to post that because it went from an elected position to appointed position, so we had to wait a year before we could appoint Jessica. So just let Jessica know.
Diane, I'm sorry, let me just interrupt you because number 4, the building zoning clerk, did we have any application for
No.
that
No, we don't.
position?
No,
We do not,
No, not now.
not yet. We understand one's coming.
I beg your pardon?
We understand one's coming,
Oh, that's
but
good,
we
okay.
don't have anything for
Okay.
planning that we know of.
okay. Number 6, council candidate to fill unexpected council vacancy pursuant to section 406 of the town charter. In the event that the office of a council member shall become vacant from any cause, such vacancy shall be filled by the council candidate who received the highest number of votes among the unsuccessful candidates for the council at the last town election. The new member shall be sworn in at the next regular council meeting following his or her appointment. The next person will be Cheryl Fernstrom. And so I'll make a motion to appoint Cheryl Fernstrom. to
I'll
the
second.
council.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Cheryl just tonight has asked that she does not want to do it. She's been working upstairs and wants to continue doing that, rather than be on the town council, it pays more money.
My heart is broken.
So,
Are you serious?
So anyway, we have had now 3 people. This is a crazy year. 3 people that we've gone through that were elected. So the next person will be appointed by the town council. And there are a number of things we can either post or we can elect tonight. Either one. We can post and then interview a few people, but we do have someone in mind. We were thinking, so I was just,
Sure.
it would be all right for us to do that.
The council is allowed to do, can appoint any qualified person, qualified meaning qualified under the charter, so somebody
Right.
who lives in the town, isn't a felon, those sorts of very, very basic qualifications. But the council has the discretion to follow any process that it would like for this. You could post it, you could interview, you don't have to, it's up to the council.
All right, then I'll make a motion to appoint Joseph Turner to the town council.
I beg your pardon, I did not hear you.
Oh, I made a motion to appoint Joseph Turner
Oh,
to the
well,
town council.
we didn't know Jamie either, so,
Right.
you know.
I'll second for this.
Second.
Is Joe here tonight? No? No.
I don't think
No, okay.
he has a degree in accounting, he has a law degree, he's a retired naval officer. He's young, he's got a young family here in Exeter. He's an
Disabled
officer,
veteran.
disabled veteran, and he had 800 people under him, I think.
Yeah,
So
maybe.
I think he's very qualified.
I mean, if you was here tonight, I wouldn't bring him up like we did with Jamie, introduce himself, and everything about himself. But I met him at a meeting and talked with him. He's very adamant. Yeah, I think he's lived here for 3 years, I believe, and very adamant about the town. He's got a good heart. He loves to see things happen, and he's willing to serve. So, and
He wants to keep Exeter rural.
I don't really wanna go through the process of interviewing people, and we just need to move on. So, I think, like Diane mentioned in the beginning, how the year's been crazy, and it has been. And what we need to do is, the train's leaving for the town council here out of the station, we need to climb on board, and get on board and do some business. Because we only got like a year left in this term, as of tonight, so I think Joe's a good fit, and Jamie, singing Cal, I'm not gonna be actually.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Cal, I don't know if you wanna sing anything. No.
Well, I mean, it sounds from what you're talking about, that he seems very willing, able, and qualified.
He's sitting next to you.
Would you like me to mentor him or anything?
That
Would you like,
yeah.
want me to tell him how he should vote? No, you don't want me to do that.
Yeah, there you go. No, he's a good guy, I spoke with him, like I say. Very, very good person, very, and he has quite a resume. For a true American, what he served and what he did in the Navy, he'd be proud, he really would. So, you know that.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I'm gonna abstain. I only wish that you just spoke of the resume that he had. I wish we could have seen that here, but I believe you. I'm just gonna abstain. Not voting, no. Just letting you folks make that decision.
Right, thank you. So congratulations to Joe
Congratulations.
German.
Call him up.
And he'll be, excuse me, he'll be sworn in next month, is that?
Yes.
Next month.
Yes.
I was in December, so.
Expiring terms, juvenile hearing board, alternate member, Lori Hauser, her term expires December 5th.
I reached out to her and haven't heard back.
Oh,
She wants to be reappointed. So,
We'll
leave
just
it there.
continue to post.
You want, yeah, post it, I mean, I can reach out to her again.
Yeah,
And, Paul Ward on Reynolds, he wants to be
oh,
reappointed.
yeah, yeah. And thank goodness.
Yeah, sure.
It's great, it's a great job. The Reynolds Charitable Trust Committee member, Paul Ward, wants to do it again. He's been doing a great job for a long time.
No, I move he be reappointed, rather.
Yeah, second.
He's been with the trust from the outset, so
Yeah.
very, very fortunate that he'll stay at the helm.
I'm glad he's doing it.
Yeah, they've been doing that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now, we go to the public hearing. We are going to open, the Exeter Liquor Licensing Board.
Motion,
As the liquor
we're
licensing
gonna
board
convene that.
convene as. I need a second.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Now I'll make a motion to open the public hearing for the liquor licensing board, Exeter.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, these are the liquor license renewals. Class A, we have two, Wolf Rock and Exeter Wine Spirits.
Wolf Rock, we're waiting on their, state clearance. And Exeter Wine Spirit is all set.
Should we just do them all at once, do you think?
So, they're all set, everybody's met the requirements, except for the state clearances on Wolf Rock, Exeter Country Club, Homestead Restaurant, Effie's Twisted Pizza, Sophie's Brew House, and Little Country Pizza.
Question, when is that regarding called state clearance, is that mean
With the
they're in
division
good
of taxation,
standing?
yep,
Good standing with the state
with the division of taxation.
regarding what they have to submit for taxes? Basically, that's what that
Yep.
is.
Yeah.
That is,
But I did ask you before, are these operations have all been checked all been checked by our town sergeant, correct? Thank you.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the licenses pulling the Class A Wolf Rock, the Class 2 Exeter Country Club, Class DD. Number E, Homestead Restaurant, G, Effie's Twisted Pizza, I, Sophie's Brew House, and K, Little Country Pizza. And a second.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Now I'll make a motion to approve the Wolf Rock Wine and Spirit, Exeter Country Club, Homestead, Effie's Federico Twisted Pizza, Sophie's Brew House, and Little Country Pizza. when all the requirements have been met. And second,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now we're going to, I need a motion to close the public hearing, no, close the Exeter,
So, no, you're number 3, the liquor license cap.
oh, forgot that, oh, yes,
Okay.
make a motion, to keep the liquor license cap at its current state, which is 13.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Now,
Before we close the hearing, there wasn't anyone who wished to speak, right? No one signed up.
Nope.
no. This one. Okay, now I'll make a motion to close the public hearing first. Close the public hearing.
Second that.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
And now I'll make a motion to close the Exeter liquor licensing board
And reconvene as the
and reconvene as the Exeter Town Council.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now we get to public comment, and we do have people for public comment. Number 10, public comments are not limited to items on the agenda. However, items not on the agenda will only be heard and not acted upon by the town council unless they are of an emergency nature. A 3-minute time limit per person, 15-minute maximum time allowed for this agenda item. Section 42-46 of the Open Meetings Act and the Town Council bylaws prohibit the town council from deliberating, debating, or acting on previously unposted matters during the public comment section of the agenda. State law prohibits the town council from acting or voting upon any such matter except under emergency circumstances. The town council may only, if warranted, refer such matters to an appropriate committee, to another body or official, or post the matter for consideration at a properly notified future meeting. Accordingly, because the council is obliged not to respond, the immediate silence of the town council relative to any matter raised by the speaker during the public comment may not be construed as any endorsement, confirmation, acquiescence in support of, or the taking of any position concerning a matter raised by the member of the public under the public comment. Public participants under the public comment are also reminded that they must adhere to the dictates of section 115B, 117, manner of address, 119, decorum, and 120, enforcement of the council bylaws in addressing the council during a public meeting under public comment. Okay, the first person we have is Greg Allen.
So you have a 3-minute time limit? You have a 3-minute time limit, so we
Right,
know
thank
that.
you. Name is Greg Allen, Exeter. I'm here because the Scala Vassier has been given a notice of violation, which I turned into the council over here. And he can't, right now he's indisposed. He just lost a family member and he had a breakdown in the woods, and as of right now, he's not here. But he did ask me to make a public comment. Under this order that you have here, it says that he's in violation. It mentions things such as commercial vehicles kept on his property, shrub care, land clearing, and firewood being caught is not really proper under the zone that he's in. He'd like you to know that his neighbors are doing that, and they have large trucks. and they commercially cut firewood, they have conveyors, and they've been doing it right along, and he's been operating under a legal zoning permit that was given to him for all this time already. Now, he feels he's been somewhat harassed in this. And I think his point is that he has 15 days to answer to this and go to the zoning board of review. Which probably at the next step or at that step, he might have to get an attorney. And according to what he sees here, and I see here, the council has the ability to refer this to another body and get a determination before it goes that far, or maybe have a future meeting on it. So he's asking for that, maybe some reasonableness from another part of town government rather than the zoning board. This particular notice was issued from that department, and the head of that department is his neighbor. And that's where it seems all the problems come from. The guy just wants to live, make a living, and get by and pay his taxes. I don't know what the problem is here myself, but the kids have a little rough time of it, and it seems that it could be adjudicated without going through too much trouble. Thank you.
Oh, you're on again, Greg Allen.
Yes, I am, thank you.
Um,
I've been picking up a lot of trash on town roads, on my properties and properties that I help manage. Amongst this trash is a lot of old tires, car and truck tires. And it's getting to be pretty tough. Years ago, we used to have what we called a tire day. And there was one day out of the year in which people could come in and they gave them so many tires to bring in, and they didn't have to pay for it. I'm wondering if the council could consider this. It might help. It did back then, years and years ago. It did help, immediately it helped. I don't know if it continued to help over the years, but it did make a difference then. I'm just wondering if you might want to experiment with that idea. But I know there's a lot of trouble and trials and tribulation of the public works department. They gotta go out and pick them up. It's just that in itself is kind of expensive. I'm really having to go through the rest of it. But it did seem to help back then, and maybe people that don't have a lot of money or their kids, and they have a dump stick and maybe the kids won't be throwing the tires out so quick. Young people seem to have a problem. See, I think that's where a lot of them come from. Thank you.
And Asa Davis.
Asa Davis, 146 Beechwood Hill Trail. Welcome Jamie Schiffer to the council. I wish you a long and successful tenure here. From what I've heard so far, you're not afraid of hard work or tough decisions, which is good because there's a lot to be done. Regarding 11E, the DEM grant, they say when one door closes, another one opens. When it comes to planning, the vice versa is also true. This town has a habit of closing doors on its own future. This building here is inadequate today for a town hall and a town our size. The options we had were 742 10 Rod Road and a brand new building over by the library. The town closed off the 742 option by giving up the public well and refusing the grant. If you accept this DEM grant for the library site, are there any conditions that would close off use for a new town hall? If you close both of these options, 2 decades later, this building here is still our town hall. This question and decision should go to the planning board so they can do some future planning. With firearm license renewals on the agenda, again, this is a good time to discuss. Yes, the council gave Dan and Mike their get-out-of-jail-free cards with the zoning changes for the gun shop and the woodworking business by right in residential zones. These were not changes that were good for the town. The DeFrancesco Fire took 6 departments to put out. Obviously, we don't have the resources to handle that ourselves. These changes mean anyone can open a retail shop or woodworking business anywhere in a residential zone. What then separates residential from commercial? These loopholes need to get closed again. Thank you.
And that's all we have.
I guess.
Oh, did you want to speak in
Yes,
public
ma'am.
comment? You didn't sign up? Okay.
I know, I apologize, I
You
was
wanna
late. My name is
sign up?
Blake Costa.
Just come on up and sign up for the record.
Lynn just told me to check in with her, but doesn't help me get here.
You can speak.
Oh, you can speak.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Blake Costa, I'm the owner of Sweet Spot Dispensary. It's on the agenda today about the traffic light. I started that project about last year, just the economics of that development, our neighbors, the new services that come in with the new development going down the road. It's great, but there's a lot more traffic. We hired a traffic engineer just to look at it, preliminary, reached out to the DOT, I know they reached out to the town. The reason I'm here today is DOT told us we need to talk to the town, and we were told that you guys would address it, that's the only information we'd be able to get. I'm just here to let you know I'm here for questions or any input, but I'm a representative of Sweet Spot and the interest is at that development, so when you do address it, if there's any questions you have for me now while we're in public comment, I'm more than happy to answer them.
Well, actually, we can't
Okay,
discuss.
all right, sorry.
But
well-
we'll get to it. So,
We will be moving forward, we believe this is in the best interest of safety, to at least evaluate and look at a traffic light here. We've been great neighbors over the years to the town of Exeter. We believe we help the economic situation over here. We contribute over $250,000 on average each year in tax revenue to this town, and we keep the area clean. When we first came here, we saw the littering happen over there. My team personally goes out, I personally go out and clean up that roadway. You'll notice there's not much garbage there. We do pick up a lot of alcohol in the area, but we maintain the environment, we keep it clean. When the zoning official reached out to us the other week about the lights, we realized that our lights were actually improperly installed. They were dark sky compliant lights, but they're angled up. We re-angled them, we had a timer installed, we're prepared to put them on a timer. The landlords addressing the other developments. So I do believe we have been a good neighbor. We'd like to encourage the town to participate in this project with us and do this as a team. Both, we have a big labor force. We understand this is not a small town, not a big labor force. We're willing to contribute some of our labor force. We'd like to ask the town for some fiscal contributions to this project, given our contributions to the town. I think when the state implemented that we pay a 3% tax to the town, we love the idea. And as you can see, it's been a great revenue source. But we'd like to work together in doing this both fiscally and with labor. So those are my comments. I appreciate you guys taking the time to hear me out. That's it. Thank you.
Now to new business, the first one we have is a complaint of Asa Davis, the third, 146 Beechwood Hill Trail, Exeter, filed first reading through section 910 of the town charter, alleging violations of sections 406 and 903 of the town charter by Olivia Di Francesco, and alleging forfeiture of her office. Do we really need to discuss this? She has resigned.
We do not, or say you do not. In light of her resignation, I believe that the council could dismiss the complaint in its entirety as moot.
Okay. So I'll make a motion to dismiss this in its entirety. So, complaint against Olivia. I need a second.
Oh, a second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Considering that, do we need to do an appointment for special counsel?
No, I think you actually have an older version of the agenda now that you've said that.
Okay. Oh,
She does.
I probably do.
Only give me
Oh,
that.
yeah. Oh, this one.
Oh, is it? Oh, yes.
What things changed? Okay, do we have consideration of complaints on this one?
The 1 and 2 both came off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, presentation and acceptance of the audit report for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025. I will turn it over to Maria.
Good evening, everybody. It's nice to see everybody.
Hi, Maria.
This evening, we have the auditors, we have Jeff Waterwick, Michael Olson, Frank Napoli, and Bobby Bowden, who have worked on the audit that ended 6/30/2025. And you've just gotten an abridged, everybody's gotten the full audit, and have had the opportunity to look at it over the weekend. And what they've given to you now is an abridged version, and I think who's going to present? Mike is going to present.
Okay, so we're Waterwick and Company. This is Frank, Mike, Bobby, and Jeff is in the back hiding. We're here to present the June 30, 2025 audited financials. As Maria said, we kind of gave a little summarized version, not to take up a whole lot of your time. You do have the full audit. It will probably be finalized towards the end of the month. We are waiting on some information from the state for an MTP report with municipal finance. So unfortunately, we can't finalize it tonight. It's only 4 pages, but we will kind of go through everything else. Nothing else will change. It's just that small piece we're missing. So on the first slide here, we have our independent auditors report. I'm going to draw the council's attention to the first 2 paragraphs here, the opinion, which ultimately says that the town received what is considered a clean or modified opinion, meaning that during our audit review of your financials, there was no issues or non-compliance with GAAP. The rest of our report is kind of just standard. It mentions about your responsibilities, our responsibilities, but most of that is just kind of boilerplate. So I'm going to just skip a couple slides to the balance sheet for the governmental funds. You'll see a couple columns here. We're going to focus primarily on the general fund because that's your operating fund. So as of June 30, 2025, the town had total assets of about $4.7 million, of which 94% or $4.4 million is cash and cash equivalents, which is your bank accounts, your money markets, pretty much everything else. Your other large asset is your tax receivable for your property taxes at about $250,000. Coming into your liability section, the town's total liabilities are about $2.2 million. You do have about $294,000 of payables and accrued items. That would be your accrued payroll, other accrued costs. That's pretty standard to what we have on an annual basis. On the next slide here, you do have some unavailable property taxes of about $182,000. That's taxes not collected, that's taxes that have been collected over the 60 days after the year end. And then come into your fund balance. Your total fund balance is about $2.3 million at the end of the year, of which you have some that's committed, about $280,000, some of which is assigned, which is $600,000. That is $500,000 for the school department for any cost overruns as they come in, as well as the $100,000 that was voted and approved for the 25-26 appropriation. And then your unassigned fund balance is about $1.4 million. That represents approximately 10% of your current year property tax collections. The standards would prefer you guys to be between 10 and 15% in terms of what you have as your unassigned. So you're within the range, but towards the lower end. We did look at last year, and you were actually at 10% last year as well. So roughly no change from last year. On the next slide, we have our statement of revenues, expenditures, and changes in fund balance. We can see the total year revenues for the general fund are almost $90 million. Of that, property taxes, which is a little over $15 million, represents about 81% of your total revenues. Your second largest revenue source, which is 16%, is your intergovernmental revenues, which is your state aid, which comes in at about $3 million. So overall, the majority of the revenues for the town are between their property taxes and state aid. As we continue on the statement of revenues and expenditures, the town had total expenditures at the end of the year of about 18 million. Clearly, your largest expense is your education expense, coming in about 14 million, or 78% of your total revenues. And primarily, the general government and public works represents another 19% of the total expenditures, so between those two, you know, you're about 97% of your operational expenses. There were a few, on the next slide here, transfers to other funds, but overall, there was a small decrease at the end of the year in the fund balance of about $6,800. So here on the next slide, we're giving you a bit of your budget to actual, more of a broad overview. If you do go in the financials and the back pages, it is in more detail based on how you guys do your line item budget. But for the year ended, there is approximately 18.4 million budgeted for revenues, and 18.7 was collected. So you had favorable collections of about 300,000. A good chunk of that was in your intergovernmental revenues due to cannabis excise tax and tangible tax that you guys received. On the expense side, you did budget about 17,802,000. They came in at 17,821,000. So you only had a small unfavorable variance there of about 18,000. So as we come into this page, this ultimately shows that on a budgetary basis, you actually had a profit of about 140,000. There are some unbudgetized items that make up 147,000 that get you to your $6,800 decrease in fund balance. So we include this property tax schedule. I'm not going to go through all of it. Ultimately, for the year of your current year assessment, which was 15 million, a little over 15, you guys collected a little under 15, so that does give you about a 99% collection rate on your assessment. And of that assessment that's outstanding at the end of the year, it's about 300,000 of receivables. 62% is pretty much all your current assessment stuff, which makes up about 200,000. Overall, this just kind of shows you on the tax roll year what's remaining outside. And then our last schedule is your long-term liabilities. You know, GAAP requires us to report compensated absences and certain things like landfill closures. The biggest thing to note here is there is no actual hard debt and there is no leases. So ultimately the town is, well, I shouldn't say ultimately, the town is debt-free.
Debt-free.
Nice. Wow. You say that one more time?
The town is debt-free.
Thank you.
Not by accident.
Thank you, Maria.
By design.
Thank you.
So that is our presentation. As always, Maria is very good to work with, very responsive. When we need items, she instantly provides them. There's really no issues in the work we see, so.
I'd like to make a couple of, we do have a small decrease in the fund balance, but it's as close to break even as you can possibly get with such a large budget. There really is nothing that is a surprise when you go through, if you go through the details. Everything that is there has been known to council, has been spoken about at, usually we go during budget hearings, we look at last year's budget, and if there's any concerns or issues, you know, I like to highlight them, I like to make you aware. Over the year, I've made you aware if there's anything that's been over budget. You know, everybody has, the council has been aware and approved and understands why. And I'm very grateful for the ones who are under budget, and for the revenue that is over budget, of course, is always nice. And the property, just one mention from last year, we had some question on the property tax revenue as to why there are some old accounts. Maybe you don't remember, and but Kim and Carrie have researched anything that's, you know, over 10 years old, and to see the appropriateness of keeping them on the books, and they're all appropriate for different reasons, whether it's we have a collection judgment against them which we keep on the books, or whether they're tax sale properties that we've taken back. So everything has been researched, just so you know. And then everything else is just standard and shouldn't be any surprises. While you look at your, the full one, or have any questions, please, let me know. We're working with the state this whole month, and the transparency report, which will be worked on over the next couple of weeks. They look at everything, and then if they have any questions, they circle back with us. And so we work with them until, it's not due until the end of December. Hopefully we can get it in by the end of November if we can. I think that's the goal. And it's great to work with these guys. As you can see, we have many eyes on the books, many people, and I don't know internally what they do, but they come and they look through everything, and they're a good group to work with.
Thank you so much.
And Jamie, I know that you're new or somebody, but please feel free, call, ask, look through everything.
Appreciate it.
And I don't know if anybody else has anything else to say, but, do you have any questions? You will have an opportunity to review before it's finalized, before we send it to the state. You can ask any questions. The numbers won't change, they just want reports that are kind of rearranged in different categories and different formatting, and just to make our lives miserable. To do that.
Change the format.
No, I really
Great,
appreciate that.
great note.
Diane, I'd just like to make a comment, since I've seen this process for years, and I just want to say, it's a pleasure to walk in here after the 1st of August and see somebody here. Are you working on the audit already? Because the work is ready for you, and that speaks volumes to Maria's capability. And I say that because this has evolved, and Maria's been very involved with the council in developing a budget. That wasn't the case many years back. So I really appreciate Maria's work here, and I just want to comment on that, because it needs to be said.
Yes.
Not to mention the tax collectors, due diligence, 99% collection rate. Everybody hear that? Check with other towns, you're not gonna find 99%. So these people are.
She carries a big stick.
Well, so do you, so
Oh, sure, I
she
try.
doesn't collect. But thank
And
you
zero
all
debt.
very much.
Zero debt as well.
I mean, and thank you, and obviously that's, commentary to your support, the council's support, to try to keep us debt-free. We don't have a lot of revenue, which I would love to have, a discussion for another time, but anything that's non-tax related would be great to have additional revenue. We rely a lot on taxes, so every penny that is spent is felt by the homeowner, and it weighs heavy on certainly my mind, and I know that it weighs heavy on your mind, especially during budget time and when we're trying to plan capital expenditures and things that, cost, and emergencies that come up. It's just not an easy, it's just not easy. And we have a lot of challenges, but we've been meeting them, and hopefully we'll continue to, and thank you for all of your support. The policy of not to have, debt is not always a popular one. It's not always one that governments take, but we've been able to so far, so.
All right, let's give her a hand clap. Yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, we're lucky now. That's a good thing, all right?
Would it be a move, in order to move to accept the report? Or did you, Diane,
No,
I'm sorry, you
I haven't
already
done
made
it
that
yet.
motion.
No, I was just going to do it.
Okay.
Okay, I'll make a motion to accept the presentation of the acceptance of the audit report for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025.
Second,
Okay, any other discussion? I love zero debt. All those in favor?
Aye.
Designation of council member as a public work liaison. I'd like to make a motion that we appoint Jamie Schiffer as the public works liaison.
I'll second.
Any questions?
Well, that's a way to get his feet wet in a hurry.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you for
You met with
accepting.
Rob?
Yes.
Did you, yeah, you met with Rob, oh, you're hiding behind Ken. I thought you
Can't
left.
see you because I can't.
Yeah, yeah, so,
Yep.
you guys met?
Yes.
Good, all right, and you're willing to do it, I'm glad.
Good, thank
Oh,
you.
thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, review and report of the deputy zoning inspector Karen Ellsworth, Crossman Engineering, peer review, 94 Bates Schoolhouse Road, stormwater management plan. I have talked to Scott, and he has, I guess, talked to Mrs. Cassidy also. He has planted grass, he's working heavily with DEM. He's planted grass, he now has all the stuff, in fact, it's probably been started now to do runoff, all that big equipment stuff and pipes and whatever. So that, and Mrs. Cassidy was happy to see that there. Does anyone have any comments on this? No? I'm not sure what we should be doing with this one.
Agenda or?
Considering a notice of violation is drawn out and there's a process that entails, I would suggest taking it off the agenda. I think the council has a role in it at this point.
Okay, let's remove it from the agenda then. Oh, okay, and then we move to E, the RIDEM outdoor recreation grant, approval and endorsement to proceed with the application to fund the Exeter multi-use outdoor recreation center project at the Exeter Public Library. I think Ken,
Ken here?
I didn't see.
Oh, there he is. So, yeah, I can
Oh, I can't see Ken.
hide in the back. Not gonna get away with it. As you recall, maybe not all of this, but probably 4 years ago, we applied for the outdoor recreation grant for the library site. And it was a pretty significant project and application we put in to make the whole site one big recreation area for adults and children, for walking trails and Wi-Fi and everything. So we kind of, finally came back out with it again. We didn't get that one. And Tien did his due diligence and really cut down on the aspirations that we had for creating a larger type recreation facility. And I don't know if Tien, you want to go over just the 4 parts of the 4 parts that you have
Yes.
to kind of explain it.
Oh, that would be great.
And
Yeah,
Tien's
so-
our library director.
Yes.
I should
Could
probably
you
keep
come
on
up,
saying that the.
please, can you come up,
Yes,
come up?
Come up?
Up here, yeah, please. Address is up here.
Kathy.
yeah, okay. Makes me a little bit nervous, but I try my best. So I think I should first say that the playground is 20 years old at this point, right? And some pieces of equipment need to be replaced. And in particular, the accessible swings need to be, completely replaced and the area around it redone. So I think this is a great opportunity to address that. So that's gonna be the first part of the project, is to renovate the playground, which will take up most of the budget of the project. And then in addition to that,
we think it would be good to add a pavilion for public use, so the public can have events there, birthday parties, maybe even small weddings, things like that. So small pavilion for public use, that the library can also use for programs. And then in addition to that, I think there's opportunity to extend the nature trail that's already on the library site. Right now, there's a short trail that goes down to Tumble Brook. We want to extend that into something that's longer, and kind of wrap it into the playground and pavilion so that it's a cohesive thing. And that's pretty much it. With the trail, we want to add, I think the trail itself is an opportunity to add a story walk for parents and children, I should say caregivers and children, and educational opportunities. There's a historic cemetery on the library site, so we can add signage to educate people about the cemetery. There's remnants of an old causeway and farm building, and of course, there's also the Temple Brook itself. The area has, I think, outstanding ecological value, and the project really highlights that. We want to create something that's kind of like a local destination for families. That's it. Thank you.
So, thank you for coming up here, thank you.
So we just, for the grant itself, we just need the council's approval and support to apply for the grant. We are gonna hold the library board will hold a public hearing or a public meeting to solicit comments as required by the grant. And there was already a survey sent out last month regarding the upgrade to the playground to the library users and the families that go down there, and they responded affirmative that we do need to upgrade that playground. Like Ken said, it's 20 years old. And when we applied for the last grant 4 years ago, the company that put the playground in did come down and assessed the equipment, and they said it was still hanging in there, but according to their standards, it's outlived its time. And I think it's just, because Rob and his guys take care of it. The people that go there take care of it. It's a very clean, safe place, and I think we have a good contingency of folks that really appreciate it and use it well, so.
So the fund, the 132.5K, the 25% town match, what is that?
The town match would come from, I don't know if I sent you an email about a little Halloween kickoff for a fundraiser, so we hopefully will exceed this amount of money for the playground with our fundraiser coming up, but also the match can be in kind with work, which we did last time. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, in kind. So it really, the amount of time and effort that's gonna be put into this would pretty much be the match for it. And the board has money.
Can you explain to people
Okay,
again what
so-
in kind is?
The work,
Work.
yeah, do you wanna explain it?
No, you do it.
Oh, it's just the work that we put in on our own time, instead of getting paid volunteers, the board members, the people that are helping out in the community. And we also have funds for the library board. There were funds given by the Hillman family when they turned the playground over to the town. There was a balance, and we've been putting money away every year for that also. And then we'll be seeking donations, and we've already received some pretty significant amounts. So the match should not be taxpayer, it won't be taxpayer funded. It'll be all just part of, what's written in the plan. So.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that was a question anyone would have about whether
Yeah.
it's taxpayer funds or, but are they friends? Well, the friends, you think the friends are gonna help
If
them
we
out?
ask, they probably would.
They might give you something.
Yeah, they've given us a small donation to start with, and said they will get more.
Oh, yeah. The other question, and maybe that public hearing you speak of will be a good time to ask, but I wanna know now, I think, and Mr. Davis brought up the same issue, is that pavilion, wherever it goes, can it ever be relocated if, to another site if, this grant specifies where it's gonna be, I'm sure, but if some years from now, the site needs to be, repositioned.
It's not, hopefully we'll get a nice big one and, and safe and secure, but, it's not gonna be like a building.
No, it could
Like
be,
this, to move a whole building.
right, but it could be later as far as,
Right.
yeah.
That's kind of the lines of two with the comp,
Mhm.
the recreation, outdoor recreation, talking about it.
And just about every department had input on the original plan 4 years ago, and then we reached out, after DEM changed the application pretty significantly, and they really became more specific on what they wanted to know. They also reviewed the application for us before submission, and gave us great suggestions. And one of the most promising pieces is that we're only six or seven municipalities in the state that haven't received any funds yet for this grant.
And it's coming through DEM?
DEM, this is the one that, it's on the ballot every
Oh,
few
the
years that you vote for.
state ballot.
The state ballot.
And so they're gonna award these grants, DEM, and they assisted you in preparing.
Reviewing.
Reviewing.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Great,
No, But
great.
they really cut down on I think our last application, probably 30 or 40 pages with all our attachments, and now we're down to what you see here.
Thank you for your work,
Yeah.
and your work. Thank you for your work, sir. Yeah, it sounds like a great thing, you did a lot of work on this, I know that. Pretty precise and explaining the different things and.
I did,
You see, yeah.
Is there a motion?
We need a motion then, to, approve, where did I go? The RIDEM Outdoor Recreation Grant, approval and endorsement to proceed with the application.
I'll second that.
Any more discussion? Doesn't mean we get it, but
We can get the ball rolling.
we can get it.
Get it? The ball. Yeah, that's right. I know, 48.
All those in favor?
Aye. And thanks for your work.
Thanks, Dan.
We have a lot of
We have
papers,
Okay. The next agenda item was, because we did get a, I don't know, was it the request for the traffic signal at Oak Harbor Village? And a letter, they wrote a letter to the Director Alvidi, and he did respond.
We got a response.
Excuse me, council soon discussions,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
We got a response to that, didn't we?
Yes,
Yeah.
it says, typically, as a development grows and adds traffic this was Peter Alvidi's letter, part of it, adds traffic to the extent where they feel the need for a traffic sign. The town would make the appropriate developer responsible for hiring the traffic engineer to conduct a traffic study showing traffic signals, warrants established by the Federal Highway Administration, and make sure they are met. And the traffic study, along with the traffic signal plans, would be submitted to RIDOT for review through the physical alteration permit application, PAPA, process, and would ultimately be the responsibility of the developer to fund the design and construction of the traffic signal. So it's just a traffic light. Aren't they just kind of regular, normal traffic lights? I didn't understand that part. So I think actually, if you would like to speak to this now.
As a point of information, didn't you
Yeah.
say they had a study?
Yeah.
Didn't you say they had
I
a study
thought you said
done?
you had a study done.
Did you have a study
Sure,
done?
actually,
Yeah, I had a study, I'm not prepared to speak to that, and advice as counsel, the reason for my, I was under the impression that I was under the impression that you guys had from outside sources, that you guys were gonna be making a statement on your position on this traffic light today. I do have a study, I've invested time and money into this. I think there's additional studies that need to be done. My only confusion is this says 568 South County Trail, I believe we're at 560, so I just wanna make sure we're not confused that you guys are brought
It
another
says 567.
oh.
It says 567.
567. So I just wanna, there's confusions, I don't wanna confuse myself with another individual that submitted this. I saw this process, the town has been involved in this process to an extent. There's been a letter provided by the town that I shared with DOT from months ago that said that the town supports this, hasn't taken a position on how they wanna support it. And then the last email I got from DOT, which the town was on, said that we need to talk to the town. And then the town said we need to come to this meeting. So we're here for clarifications. I'm willing to do some legwork here. I'm willing to help get information. I just, you know, I know you see the tax revenue, right? I don't take my profits out of my company. I'm building, this is my retirement for my kids. I left 17 years in the military. I gave away that retirement for this retirement. So everything I had goes back into expanding my business and growing my business. Right now, I don't have it in the next fiscal year on my budget to fund this project. I do and am willing to initiate stuff utilizing my traffic study, contributing to additional traffic studies, doing the legwork to work with the other building owners, and providing the support that's needed on that end. That's something I'm very good at. But as far as my bigger concern is, it was my understanding that the town wanted no fiscal part of this, they wanted no contributions, they wanted to be hands-off. So I was here today to hear what the comments were of the board, and depending on those comments, I'd be willing to take next steps with you guys, if that's where you want to go and work in a team. As far as speaking to the traffic study, I believe, you know, if I have like 5 minutes, I could probably pull it up right now, but there's a part of DOT that you need to meet certain criteria to warrant a traffic light. Now, I know we're used to hearing about level of services, but it's a different review. And I want to say we met all the satisfactory we satisfied all the requirements to meet the need for a traffic light there. And the only day where they didn't see the need for it was Sunday, which are one of the slower days for the businesses. Especially with the kids' camps up there, Saturday is really busy. So I know the traffic study, I can't cite it here on the record, but I can say it does demonstrate that it's inappropriate to have a traffic light here. I'd be more than happy to work with the town and prepare a report to better educate this board. I do not want to burden the town. I think some of your fiscal, for you guys to become debt-free, you run a really lean day-to-day government here, so I don't want to impose that. So I'd be more than happy, I would be more than happy to propose a report on this and come back next month and present it to you, versus us jumping the gun on this, and this way we can make a more informed decision together.
Who requested the traffic light?
I did. Well, my concern is this, You said you had a letter in there from somebody?
Peter Alvini is
Just read it to us.
It was just Peter Alvini.
Oh, Peter Alvini, I thought it was an outside,
We
so
wrote-
I initially made this request, I made the town aware, I wanna say Q1 of this year, the first quarter. Made DOT aware, last year I executed the traffic study, I funded on myself. And then the town said, a letter of support for the traffic light. We shot up to DOT, and then we got the typical bureaucratic response, go talk to the town, and then the town pushed us here. So I don't know, I'm more than happy to keep going on this and working on this, and I have a project management team that can tackle a lot of this. I just can't fund this project. So I don't wanna start going down a rabbit hole, investing time and resources, if the town's gonna take a hands-off approach and not participate in this. That's my only concern. But if the town is willing to participate and work with me, I'll come back with a report, we can make an educated decision together.
Just a point of information, we've got obviously a lot of other business here we have to attend to, but did you see the original letter that was sent to
Yeah.
Peter Alvini? And it closes with council directed that I, Clerk Wright, ask that the DOT consider installation of a traffic light at this location in the near future. So we wrote to Peter Alvini
Yeah.
and we got the response.
But within the past 30 days, the town has been on the email, the DOT responded, said they spoke with the town and that we need to get with the town. And then I was directed to come to this meeting. So yes, I have seen that, but in the past 30
Right.
days,
Just let me stop your point of information. Did they speak to you, did they with DOT speak? I'm trying to,
Not
if
directly.
somebody told you it spoke to
yeah,
the
I can pull
town.
up the email right now. I
I
think
gave
Well-
her the email.
Lynn was on
It
the
was an email?
I
She
gave
was
it
on
to
the
you.
email, Mr. Di Pascal was on the email.
Oh,
And I believe there was another town representative on that email.
okay, but sending an email isn't the same as speaking to someone, but, okay, well, what would you like to know if we support the project? Or you wanna know how much we might contribute?
Yeah,
Is
if
that
you guys,
your
if you guys are gonna financially contribute or consider, I'm not asking for financial contribution, right? That's, I think it'd be inappropriate for me to come and say you need money. I just, is that something the town would be interested in, is contributing funds to support a traffic light if it's warranted and that, you know, is concurred by DOT for that intersection. That's my ask, is the town willing to work with businesses in that area to review this, look at it, and be open to being a part of this project?
Have there been accidents there?
Yes, and that's something we would do next, is pull the accident data. There have been accidents there.
So then the other question is, unless one of you know what the kind of cost of this project would be, I have no idea, do you?
No, and I don't wanna be held to this, but I do this, like, I left going to med school to start this business, and I do all the planning board stuff. I've done traffic lights, you cannot quote me on this, but I can imagine it could be anywhere from 150 to 400,000. If I were to say what a budget is, but I do not know, because there's, what resources are there, what is DOT gonna contribute, because we also, the state has a lot of funds, right, that we give to the state. And I think, you know, the state has that's a state highway road.
Yeah.
You know, and I think we should be leveraging the state, and that's where we work together, because if I go to the state, I'm a business owner, I may give them a lot of money in tax revenue, but it's very hard, but if we go as a partnership, the town and these businesses, we may get better responses, because right now the state is saying they talk to the town, I need to talk to the town, so this is my roadblock right here. And that's the email, I can send you the email, man, from the
You
state.
suggested you'd come back next month with
Yes,
more
sir.
details. I'm happy to listen, but I don't know, I mean,
That kind of amount
the
of
original
money would have to
request,
go
I
to
think,
the-
came from people there. I'm sorry, Diane, what?
That kind of money would have to go to financial town meeting.
Well, yeah, it depends on, if he's asking for 400,000, for sure, that's,
And I don't know, remember, we don't know,
No,
right?
I
There's no known price, like you guys asked me for a general, like, please don't use that as a ballpark number either, like
we
that's just
won't,
us.
you need to bring us, you need to bring us specifics, I think, before we can have, an intelligent conversation.
Yep, I think that's
my
appropriate.
thought, unless you,
I think so.
Well, I remember when they put the light in at, said Main Street, Exeter Road, and Route 2. That was for maybe the purpose of the state land there, Job Corps and Fire Academy, so on and so forth. But I don't know if they're trying to push this on us. I mean, this,
Yeah, we've never.
you know,
done
we, the state has like, owns like 33% of the land in
I
the
know.
town. I mean, you know, and we're asking for some kind of a thing for public safety, and they're
On a
kind of
state
kicking the
road.
can down the road.
that. On a state
know,
road.
On a state road, and I hope they're not trying to make us foot the bill and kind of pushing it off on our town.
They made it seem like, no, or they did, the state has represented it in an email to me and with the town CC, that they have spoken to the town about this, and that there's some information I'm just not privy to, that I don't, yes, they said there's spoken to the town, that you guys are aware, I have the email, and I think we can work together on this. I can't do this alone with the state, I'm more than, I don't think the town of Exeter should foot this bill either, it is a state road, that's not the position I take. I just need support here, and I need,
I think we know what you need. You need some power in the punch.
yes.
You want to say? I'm not running, I mean, you are.
Do you want him to come back next month? I mean, that.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the best option, so how
That would
about,
be my motion, that we request this gentleman to come back and give us more
We've had state
information.
reps too, that we
Is that a
can
motion?
contact.
yeah,
Was that a motion?
Yes, I asked that he return next month, and we'll put it on the agenda.
I'll email that to Lynn.
Further
Lynn,
consideration.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Return next
Okay.
month for further consideration.
and I'll provide in advance a presentation to the board. I'm not gonna bring any of my professionals here with me, but I'll represent that, and I'll be more than happy to have the dialogue and present it and walk you through
Yeah,
what
give
I'm
us-
seeing.
Give us details.
Yes, sir.
I'm just curious about when you say you've spoken to the town, it could have been our planner, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can, I'll re-forward the email, so it's, Lynn has it, so she can see the communications. It's well documented with state DOT. We're prepared for this fight, we just need a cornerman, that's all we ask.
So, could we get Elaine Morgan involved with this? Maybe write a letter and tell us what's going on, come with a public safety issue? That's worth a try.
Yeah.
Want to see the report first next month?
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
What was it?
If you're having them come back next month, it sounds like, do you want to wait for that before you involve everybody else?
No, I'm just throwing that out there for discussion, that's all on the table, that's all.
Maybe she could be contacted, but let's
Oh,
just
we
move.
can wait till after next month to do
Let's just
that.
call the
Okay,
question.
Just
I'll
wanna
call
let
the
you know.
question
Right,
then.
let's call the question.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, ma'am, gentlemen, thank you for your time, Lynn, I'll reach out to you with further information.
Okay.
See you next
Thanks.
month.
See you next
Bye.
month.
You're welcome, good luck to you.
Thank you.
See you next month.
Yes, sir.
Resolution preserving the name and observance of Victory Day holiday. I asked for this last month because we seem to keep changing history. And I think we should be honoring the people who fought in World War II. And it used to be VJ Day, and then it became Victory Day, and now they want to make it something that's very bland, that doesn't really mean anything about
Peace and remembrance.
Peace and
Peace and
remembrance. You know,
Yeah.
we all want peace, but
but it doesn't, you know, this was a big day. A lot of people died in that war, and most of us, I mean, all my uncles fought in that war, my father fought in that war. Just
We-
about all of my generation, their parents fought in that war, and the whole country fought in that war.
I'll move that we endorse the resolution that's been provided to us and approve it.
Second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Working together here, that's good.
Public Works request to go out to bid for the liquid bituminous concrete materials and services. And that would be Bob.
I'm sorry?
Oh, that's you.
Yeah, request to go out to bid on some asphalt products and services.
That's in the budget, right?
This is about next year's budget. I'm all done for this year, and I hopped on West Greenwich's budget to get their numbers. And I wanna secure my own for reasons that were brought up in past meetings, and I just like to get my own numbers, and that's what I'm trying to do for budget purposes.
But not for current use, but for future use.
Next.
2026 season.
He's about to pay, yeah.
Oh, go up there. Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the Public Works request to go out to bid for the liquid bituminous concrete material and services. Second,
Second, anybody
any
second?
more discussion?
Nope.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Public Works again, request to go out to bid for stone, seal, materials and services.
Yeah, again, my contract ran out after this season. It's not renewable, and I'm just trying to go out to continue with my pavement preservation processes. And I need these numbers so I can properly budget the work I have planned.
In the budget. Okay,
I'll move that request be granted.
okay.
I'll second that.
Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, moving to unfinished business. Request to expand the Split Rock Mobile Home Park pursuant to Exeter Code of Ordinances, Article 2, Section 2636. Jeffrey Caffrey Esquire, on behalf of Shoreline Properties, Inc., 400 South County Trail, Suite A2207, Exeter, Rhode Island, applicant. I think it would, this apparently is going out for an ordinance, changing an ordinance regarding mobile home parks. And it's supposed to be only for existing, it's not for anything new, only existing mobile parks. So I don't know if we need this on the agenda, I think
I
we should
spoke
take it off.
I spoke to Attorney Caffrey today, and yes, we're making, gonna propose some amendments to the existing, propose amendments to the zoning ordinance to allow, expansion of trailer parks. We do have that in our zoning ordinance as an allowed use. So, because he's gotta go through that process and maybe a major land development process, he said we could remove this and he will,
Let us
come
know.
Coming
back.
to us with new business.
Okay,
So we can remove
so we
this.
can remove it. Okay, application for amendment to the zoning map, Farm Overlay District, Nyland Earl Adams III, applicant, House Hill Road, Sherman Road, relative to plot, lot 6418, 6419, 6417, 6419, 6422, 6423, and 6426. I think they're all ready to go to public hearing for this.
That's correct. According to the Farm Overlay District, we have to come to the council to set a public hearing. We'd ask that that be held at the December meeting.
I'll make a motion to put this to a public hearing for the December meeting.
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion?
That is to include or to approve of this farm overlay district.
That's
Am I
correct.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the actual overlay district, this is to approve his application for the overlay.
Well, yeah, I think the planning board's indicated that you've met, the applicant's met all the requirements.
The eligibility
If I read that
requirements. Correct.
correctly,
Yes,
that you're eligible for consideration.
that is correct, sir.
So that we're moving to December.
Yes.
Okay. Any more discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
The notices will have to be sent out to the abutters.
Correct.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
section, I got the motion,
Future town hall. I think, Ken, you were gonna get 3 of these people, I think we had 7 people, and you were gonna narrow it down to 3.
We made 5.
to
No,
Oh, we had
oh,
5.
yeah, I had,
5, 6.
and then I asked for the council, for Bill, the planner, and Mike Laveros from the planning board to review it. I received the last review on Friday, aggregating the totals, and I have the memo written with the recommendation, but I wanted to review it with both Bill and Mike. So over the weekend, I couldn't send it to him, I wanted to get it back, with a possible meeting, because they're close, but it needs a meeting with the committee. You just can't take 3 independent documents and put them together and
So
make
we'll
one.
just leave this on till next month?
Yeah, and if we get done quicker, we might ask for a special
For a
meeting
special
just to
meeting.
approve. And it's not approving the order and allowing, for discussion of the negotiation and who would be part of the negotiation team.
And we'll just move that to next.
Diane, pardon me, before we move on, is there any of that other work that we can start to get done, or?
Yeah, I have tomorrow I have someone going in to get a quote on hot water tank.
Good, good, because we know it has to be done, so.
Yeah, it's just a little
Okay.
electric one, I don't think it should be over 1,000, but it will be. We can go do it.
Good,
Rob can put it in.
Rob can install.
Yeah, Rob can do everything.
Chairman,
Yes.
Yeah,
anything?
that's it.
Thanks for your work.
New Road and Tamrod Road intersection, traffic safety issues, survey for possible disability, safety improvements. We were talking about mirrors and a line on the road.
No,
Can we hear from Rob about this project, please?
Yeah, so,
Hear from Rob?
I didn't hear you up.
Yeah, the mayor's gonna try.
yeah, so we ended up putting up the mirror, and I got approval from the state, they were happy to oblige, just had no problem that we putting it there. Line striping's all marked out, we're just waiting for, it could have been tonight, but it's misting out there, so it's no good, but tomorrow night, the line should be in place throughout town. And, since I've requested probably about 10 or 12, different firms to give me quotes on the surveying of that area, so we know exactly where we stand. I realize that from the conversation I'm having, there's a lot of state property there. It's mostly state, and so what we wanna do is make it wider. That's what my goal is, and it's probably gonna rub some people the wrong way, but safety's a concern for me. Just getting plow trucks in and out of there and everything else. I believe the state put the Route 102 in, and they didn't think about our little new road when they did. So, what I'm looking to do is I put out for surveys, and I've gotten, out of the 13 different people I've called, about 5 of them got back to me, and I got 2 actual written quotes. So now, I do have a quote that's underneath the 5,000, which I don't have to go out to bid, so I know that we can at least get it done for 4,000. The other one that I do have in hand is a couple thousand more than that. So I'm just wondering, council asked me to try to figure out what to do there. If I went and had that surveyed, where's the 4,000 coming from? And how am I gonna, do you want me to move forward? Because I'm right there.
So you're talking about the wall?
Not the wall,
I'm talking about
No.
the walls.
the other side of the road, right?
There's 2 walls there, one that's pretty set.
With the steps?
One, yeah.
With the steps that go up
Right.
to the house? Yeah,
I'm
okay.
17 feet wide, all I need is another foot or 2. But if you look at the other side, it's a mess. It really is.
You mean a big rocks, a big stone?
It's horrible.
Yeah,
And
I
I think if it were up to me, I could not only make it look better, I could make it a lot safer.
Now, is that
But
state road on
with that
side?
being said, I need to know where the lines are. We're guessing, I don't know where it is, I don't know where the lines are, so that's why I want a survey to see what is state, what is Exeter, what is my jurisdiction, and what is the private property owners' properties. So until then, I don't know what's what, so we don't know what we're up against, but I need to start somewhere, this is a starting point to really get to the lines, you can put the lines, you can put the mirrors, it's not fixing
It's
the
too
problem.
tight, it's too,
All right, so I'm trying, when you ask me to do something, I wanna solve the problem. And the lines and the mirror is just a Band-Aid until we get there.
Start.
I need a starting point, so I just need to know, do you want me to move forward with the surveys, and if so, where would the money come from? Public Works, or would it be?
well,
But I also do recommend doing it, so we know where we stand. You know what I mean? So I know what's what, if we have any room there. I don't know if somebody's on town land there, and that would be the
Yeah,
easiest
I
thing.
understand what you're saying, so.
That would be the best case scenario. If somebody's on town land, I just move it over a little bit, make it look pretty, and open it up.
fix it up and make it look better than it is. I move that we authorize Rob to continue to work on the project. And I would say that the funds will come, if not, for nowhere else, from contingency or discretionary. It's a public safety issue for the folks that live there on New Road. So that's why I make the motion I made.
Okay, second.
Yeah, I've been down that road, that's really bad. I've seen trucks turn in.
Well, you know, and it's buses, I think as Rob said, and school buses trying to maneuver, they just need a little more room. That's always been the case, it's not new. It's just those folks put up their boulders and the folks that own the house. Not the state built a nice to protect, so the house, the school wouldn't fall, you know? Because that was the school, so they said, we gotta make this good, because we don't want the school to fall in the road, up on the hill.
I didn't know that.
That was school.
Yeah, I was in my school house.
You like-
You know what I'm talking about.
It was a school.
You know what I'm talking about. Diana, you people didn't grow up here.
It's in Connecticut.
Pat, she knows what I'm talking
Okay, I'll call the vote. All those in favor?
about. Aye.
I do have a question after you, so
Okay.
do I pull the trigger on the survey on that and get it done? Because it's running out of season for that. These-
Yeah.
You know, they're not
Just
easy to
voted
get,
for
just
it.
so you know, they're really not easy to get, and definitely to get them on a schedule is even harder. So I've been waiting just to,
Yeah, we just voted.
Just voted.
so go ahead
Voted
and
yes,
schedule it
no.
for that low quote that I
Even if the
have.
work isn't done till later, at least you
Okay.
can get to know
Thank you very
what
much.
work you need to plan.
Go forth in the name of public safety, Robert.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, request for state police patrol, Mill Pond Road, Yellow Valley Road, and Liberty Road. Yeah, you had asked for that with the police, and they were doing it.
You were doing it, anybody up here from Mill Pond?
Anybody from the area?
I know they had mentioned they were gonna get, they're gonna mention that they were gonna get the state rep involved. I wonder if they had done that. Make sure it goes next month.
Yep.
Move that forward.
You're gonna keep it on the agenda?
Do we need to keep it on the agenda, do you think?
I would, I would keep it on the agenda for now. Yep.
Okay. And then, I think the next one was you, Cal, the former town dump, 10 Rod Road, current construction activities. I thought we kind of,
Oh, did you say that was Cal?
yeah.
Oh.
that was you.
Well, all I know is from discussion with David Thornley, the zoning inspector, that there are issues. And there've been a couple of cease and desist, or one, I think, issued against them. I could be wrong, but he did tell me the DEM had cited them some time ago and never followed up. I mean, this is, you hear these things off the record, but that's what he learned from contacting DEM. So I can't tell you about the status of that. I don't know what's happened. I mean, there clearly some violations, zoning violations there. I don't know where they've gone from now. I'm sorry that David left, because I would have asked him if he knows more. Sorry.
Should we
So-
remove it or keep it on, or?
Well, it's a current issue. I think until we can figure out how it's gonna be resolved, I think it should stay.
Okay.
So that, just so I know, and you
Sure.
know, the school and all that stuff.
Sure, well-
So, that property's down where,
Where the split.
where Victory splits and
yes.
10 Rod Road, and they got the
Yes.
chain, all right, now I know.
Yeah, going that way on the right side.
On the right side, yeah.
And years ago, for $1, it was a swamp, and it was, the man who owned it, wanted it filled in. I mean, it's a swamp, he had no use for it. And he knew the town needed a place to put their trash, so it all went there. For a while, just for a while, stop that, just for a while.
But we have an old dump behind the transfer station.
Oh, yeah, but that's land stuff, that's been covered,
That's landfill,
that's good,
yeah, yeah.
that's capped.
That's all capped, and
That's
we
capped.
maintain it still.
It was
Grass,
close to going into the, was it federal, whatever that, the Superfund, but we fixed it, it's okay,
yeah. Okay,
fixed.
all right, very good.
Okay, the next one, fire remediation status, 710 Rod Road.
I can give a
Should we
brief,
remove that?
so so yes, I think we should. I can give a brief update since it is on for today. I had a couple of conversations with the owner of the property across the street. Productive, encouraging conversations, including one earlier today. And he is progressing towards what I think sounds like a pretty reasonable outcome. So we'll see where things progress. And there'll be more to follow next month. It'll be on an executive session for sure.
How many, was it 90 days?
Put it on executive.
Correct.
There wasn't there a time limit?
Yeah, so what he had proposed was 90 days. That 90 days really hasn't started until we come to an agreement about exactly what it's gonna be. And I also think that it makes sense for the council to be reasonable insofar as some of the things that he's trying to do may take a little longer, and I think it makes sense to work with him because he is trying to be, based on my conversations with him, very upfront about resolving this problem. So
But you
I
think he intends to eliminate, or no, you don't know?
Well,
You don't
so
wanna
at this
say.
point, all signs are very encouraging that he is taking this seriously and is moving towards resolving it in a way that I think is satisfactory. So until it happens, it hasn't happened.
You don't wanna
but-
say if this is the plan, right?
Well, I mean, until there is a plan,
Okay,
you know, once
all right.
something that's sort of formalized, it's a little too early to say, but
Right.
for next month, there'll be more to follow.
But it needs to stay on the agenda.
It should go into executive session because we've got it on.
All right,
we've
well,
got it-
one
Remove
place,
it from here. put it
one
in
place or the other, here
Yeah.
or there.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, Exeter Juvenile Hearing Board status. We got a letter, Lynn, I know, has sent letters to the superintendent and schools and got no response from them at all. A few times she's tried to contact them. Also, we had a letter from Ed in here, and he was suggesting, because they have had no, I'll find it in that file. We have had no
No referrals,
no
I think.
referrals.
No referrals.
Actually, West Greenwich really hasn't had referrals either. And the referrals that they do get are from the high school, and because it's located in West Greenwich Police and the West Greenwich Juvenile Board has heard those very few that had come through over there, whether they were Exeter or or West Greenwich students. So Ed anyway suggested in this letter that we just dissolve the Exeter Juvenile Board because hearing board, because
Isn't it
we
law
have
we have
nothing.
to have one?
I think the way the public law that allows it is worded is that the town is allowed to have it. But there's also, honestly, if the members of the board are not wanting to be reappointed, or if they resign, or if they just get no referrals, the council doesn't actually have to dissolve the board for nothing to happen. And it might make sense in case some circumstances change 2, 3, 5, 10 years from now to not have the board actually have been dissolved.
So maybe we should just.
It could-
If
it
I
could be-
heard you correctly, not necessarily dissolve it, but just put it on hold, is that what you were? I didn't hear it's everything you said, Ken.
Well, I think they would need to resign.
Well, if they want to, or they can just continue to do absolutely nothing, which is what they're currently doing.
Right.
So, that, I mean, it's not like they're being called to meetings to do nothing. I mean, they just, you know, they don't get
That's what
calls.
the Rural Land Trust is doing.
Please?
The Rural Land Trust is doing nothing.
Well, I know, I'm always hoping that there may be someone that's interested in that process, and we got a communication I'm gonna speak to here shortly, but I really, I mean, I think we should put this on hold, and so I'd love to speak to someone, either the school committee, or ask them somebody's opinion, because from what I can understand, the juvenile hearing board here has really, in the past, done some good work and helped some young people to get back on the right track without going to family court. But maybe the courts haven't referred young people anymore. I know they used to.
Yeah, I think
But-
the issue as it's been described right now is that the police department in West Greenwich has taken the position that they can only make referrals to the West Greenwich board.
Right.
Now, the problem is the law that created the Exeter board and the law that created the West Greenwich board are worded differently. And the Exeter one suggests that only, that Exeter students have to go to that board. So there's some jurisdictional sort of problems. It's just ultimately not something that the town has any standing to fight about. The parents, or the student who's being, you know, hauled in front of the board could theoretically, you know, challenge it, but whether that would ever be in their interest to do. It's not like they're, you know, throwing them into a gulag, they're just going to a different town's board. So the opportunity is still something that they might not wanna risk. So the problem is there's really no mechanism for dealing with it. If the police department wants
Although
to
it
do
used to work, I mean, the point is, whatever it used to, and maybe there are reasons why
Yeah.
it isn't anymore.
Right.
Maybe if we knew that,
Yeah.
or we just say, I hate to see it just be trashed.
Scope?
The reason why it worked so well before, because the resource officer that was at the high school worked with the Exeter Juvenile Hearing Board. He's retired, so the new guy doesn't have anything to do with the Exeter.
Well, there's the explanation. I mean, you see what there's always a piece, not always, often, that helps to explain.
Yep,
They
Sergeant
don't seem
Richard
to be
worked very
making
well with us.
referrals to either board, to be quite honest. West Greenwich, really, board isn't securing anybody either.
So we wrote to Aronakis and the school committee. I wrote to them, and
Right.
there's-
And we got no response.
I didn't get any
so-
response. So what are we gonna do with this? What should I tell Ed Baker tomorrow?
And does he wish that it be dissolved?
You got a
Well-
letter from him.
I know, I didn't,
He didn't- he
I think
At
it's-
this time,
You don't know.
the
No, I-
Exeter Juvenile Hearing Board has been rendered moot. There appears to be no reason to maintain the Exeter BJHB. The West Greenwich Juvenile Hearing Board or the Rhode Family Court can handle the infrequent juvenile referrals. And that was signed Ed Baker, Chair of the Exeter Juvenile Hearing Board.
if I were Ed, I'd probably feel like I don't want to chair a board that's doing
Well, for
nothing,
2
because
years, they.
I feel like if anybody asks me, I say, we're not doing anything. So I understand why he would say, let's put it away. So I guess it's up to you.
But maybe we wanna
folks.
just keep it.
I'd say hiatus is a good
And
word,
just tell
but
them they
just,
can resign and we won't reappoint.
Yeah, I
Kind
think
of
the
something like
council
that.
could ultimately get the same result by just taking no action on it.
Right.
At least no formal action. And if they wanna resign, then,
Yeah.
we'll be at the status quo.
I like the word hiatus, but I just,
Yeah, that might be the best thing. Yeah, that
Well, you've
might-
got an
so
answer,
in the
Lynn.
So they-
future it exists.
I'm gonna tell them he took no action, they can just
Okay.
wait it out till their terms expire, or
Right,
decide
until
if they
their
want to
term
be
Sure.
is
reappointed.
expired, or, and then we won't reappoint.
I wonder if any of them have actually tried to contact school. I mean, they're the people.
Oh, yeah, they have.
Why, you think
They
they?
have, I know, Ed was here, he told us.
And he said he reached out.
He reached out,
So you can remove this from the agenda?
yes. Okay, and the RI 250 commission? New Exeter Historical, I know that they've been, sent out a flyer. And they've got some flyers around town and stuff. I'm not sure what they're doing really,
Selling hats,
but they are planning it on.
selling hats, you selling hats at all? No, you selling any of the hats? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, see, there are things that have been happening, but not,
There's a
I don't know
flyer.
what happened with this. They've been
Yeah,
trying.
that's been around town too.
They've been trying, and I believe there's a calendar, I was told there's a calendar in progress that, but anyway. But,
Okay, now we will go, to communications. How useful,
that's correct.
Yep.
You had number one, you wanted to do this,
oh,
right? Want me to speak?
Do yours.
yeah, I can do one, and then you can do your two, and I'll do the other two. One was just another requisition. I don't think we ever did anything about, back in COVID, the state took money away from all the towns and cities and towns. And this was just written by the town clerk in Portsmouth regarding the restoration of the general revenue sharing to the cities and towns. And I thought we should jump on it, 'cause they've had surpluses, the last 3 years in the state budgets, and they took our money back in the day, and I think we should get it back,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much, so
So you
we
want
could rewrite it for us for next one. And you had 8 and 9.
Are you ready? I'm sorry.
Or I can do 10.
You-
10 was real quick.
Okay.
Oops. There's my pen. There we go. Okay, 10. Yeah, I thought that this week, that was for the Exeter West Greenwich Youth Football and cheerleading squad, and they were asking for help for money, and I thought we should just consider this when we do budgets and put it maybe in the budget. I'll give you a copy of it to see if the townspeople wanted to.
We do have some
We do
community,
have
we
some-
have a
gives them
community,
something.
community line item.
Right, we do. So maybe we would wanna up it or something.
Is there anything in it now? And did we approve anything?
Last year we did.
Yeah, 5,000 is in there, we haven't spent any this year.
Oh, okay.
So if we wanna send a request, we usually give
Oh, okay.
1,000
Well-
to whoever
Okay.
requests.
I'll tell them to send it.
Send a written request for funding.
No, it didn't, oh, that didn't sit, well, I remember reading
Oh, yeah,
that.
he's
I'm sorry, I
Yeah,
don't know
didn't
exactly.
that- Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen it.
What can, yeah, it's here, it seemed like that's what they were asking for. You have it in your hand there,
Yeah.
Diane? What, Yeah.
He was just asking because they wanted to do some lighting on the
What-
football field, and they wanted to, it was gonna cost, $12,000. And they don't want us to give the whole $12,000, but they were just asking us for help.
I guess I didn't read it thoroughly.
Council has, to go to them from now on, or does it have to be a request?
Is this it? Oh,
So the youth for
Sorry.
community services
I didn't
is
see
a
it.
line item, and different organizations request throughout the year. We give 1,000 to each one that requests, and then
Oh,
once the
I-
money runs out, then, you know, we just don't get any more.
I'll tell him to request it. I've got his phone number here, so. And then number 12 was only from the school committee, and I just pulled it because we have a joint meeting with the town council on January 15th. They didn't put a time on here, but they usually meet at 6, but we'll ask them to meet at 6:30 for the town council and school committee joint meeting for their budget. Is on Thursday, January 15th.
Got it. 2020.
And that was it. for me.
Do you want me to speak to the
Yep.
two? Okay. Number 8 fascinated me because it was submitted by anonymous. But it's talking about a parcel of land behind my house, 8.4 acres or so, that has been for sale for years. But but I think I think access is wetland, so an expensive proposition for any potential buyer. It'd be really great to preserve it and potentially turn it into some level of recreation, like hiking. Also, a nice buffer between 195 and the Boone Lake properties on East Shore Drive. He gives the lot number and says there's an adjacent landlocked 1 acre parcel, which I know the owner is trying to do something with, which would be interesting as a landlocked parcel, what they could do. So he just thinks it would be a great idea if we had a land trust committee or commission. I would pass it on so they could explore, but we don't have one yet, so I just, too bad. And nine is the issue about luminaria, Lumina, Lumina, and it's about a project in connection with Camp Canonicus. And, you know, a number of people have been asking what was gonna happen to that property. And this letter suggests that we might pass this on to our Economic Development Commission, just to introduce what this is. It's something that they were hoping to team up with APCORI, American Baptist Convention. Because apparently there was some issue about whether or not they want to sell that property. Some did and some did not. So it's
on hold right now.
controversy.
I gave that communication to them.
I'm sorry?
I gave that communication to the Economic
You
Development.
did, okay.
And the Conservation Commission.
Oh, nice. Them too, I
So
keep
you did.
forgetting. We should feed them information so they, good,
Keep busy.
thank you.
Nick, you remember Nick Adams, the actor?
Why, you asking if he's an actor? This-
No, I'm asking you if you remember Nick Adams, the
I
actor.
won't know, but come to the show, maybe.
No,
What, do you remember what it was? No.
I'll make a motion to take a 5-minute recess before we go into executive session.
Oh, I'll second that.
A lot of
Great, thanks so much. Maybe I could have gone. I know you tried. Oh, wait.
Lock you in.
What a group of residents picking up their own chairs.
Get that on film.
Look at this. What a wonderful group.
I didn't want
Thank you.